What do you do when you got nothing to say? You make a podcast. Oh, God. What seems like I've been putting them out now, but I mean, already this podcast has gone downhill. I mean, this whole series is just whack now. What have I even got to say? Well, I've been looking at these things like looking over my list, it's just like nostalgic shit like free CD listens at the CD shop and the porno section at a video store, which is all really weird. Yeah, I guess it is all really weird. I mean, with the porno section, I don't know about Blockbuster. I can't quite remember, but Video Easy, I know the porn section was just out in the open, like anywhere else, like any other genre, like sci-fi or thriller or whatever. But it was like close, that those shelves were close to the counter. So I guess like the people at the counter wanted to keep an eye on you, make sure you're not just start masturbating or whatever. And I never did that. I was so mature because I would spend so much time in the video store. I go there every day after school. Went in there for my mum to pick me up, so I could be there for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. So I'm just walking around, taking a look at stuff because I've got nothing better to do, and I'm not renting out anything. And I saw this porno section, and I never went in there. Well, not went in there. I mean, there's just shelves like any other, but I never went around to that section because I was just too embarrassed. Which is really weird for someone like me at like 13, 14 years old. You'd think I'd be all horned up, like, oh yeah, I gotta see him. I mean, I would see it with like certain other videos. I mean, some of the front covers of those videos, damn, they were saucy. I'm not just talking about pornos. I mean, like all sorts of films. You know. I mean, if it had a sexy lady on the front, my 12-year-old self would be like, oh man, I gotta take a mental image. Take this home with me. But there were some videos or some DVDs that turn over the back, and I would see some titties. I'd be like, oh my god, I flipped the right one. Yes. Tell all my friends about it. I've become the most popular kid at school. It's strange to me because it just goes to show the difference between Australia and the United States. I mean, hey, doesn't the United States just have like porno sections in the back? I guess that was the thing with the video stores. Like a lot of them didn't have, like they only just had the one big room with all the DVDs there. They didn't have like an extra room that you could go behind. I mean, they could have made one. But I mean, that porno section I'm sure would be pretty large. You'd have to have a reasonably sized room. But no, I guess they didn't. They just, fuck it, the kids can see it. Just, you can be a 5-year-old kid just looking through it. I guess someone's going to be like, hey, come on, kid. One of the workers there, hey, you can't be looking for here. Go to the horror section instead. It's way better. I remember going for the horror section. That was the one that I mostly went through. Some pretty cool. Yeah, I think when it comes to horror films, like the video covers were a lot better than, quite a bit better than, like a lot of other movies. Other movies, some of the old videotapes were just a fucking screenshot from the movie, just plastered on the front, and then on the side it would just say in really basic bitch font the name of the movie. Now that's not exciting at all. But that's like what's happening now. I mean, it's easy and not original to shit on Netflix, but one thing I can say about it, I guess no one else has, is that the covers, I guess you could say, the covers, the thumbnails or whatever, are so uninteresting. They're just like an actor's face just going, I wonder if it's any better on the horror streaming site Shudder. I mean, not that I can fucking tell, I can't get it. I don't have a VPN, I live in Australia, it's a third world country, I don't have Shudder, don't have any of these fucking streaming sites. That I've obviously have Netflix, I don't pay for it, but yeah, looking for the all of their movies, it's just the covers are just so uninteresting. I guess there's like a difference between when you're picking out a tape and you're looking at the cover, it's kind of like right there and it's like demanding your attention straight away. Especially if you're like in the ye olden days at the video stores with that have the tapes facing outwards. So you could like see the cover, but that would be similar to what Netflix is doing. I don't know, I guess as if it's Netflix, they want it to be like not detailed at all, just some boring ass still from the fucking movie and then the movie's title and then that's it. And nothing interesting on the cover. There's no sort of depth or detail or like something to really kind of like if you pay attention to it long enough, you start focusing on one thing, and then that directs you to one other thing, and then directs you to another, and then another thing. All these little details, they don't show up in the... I guess because on Netflix, it's just too small. I don't know, it depends on your TV size, your computer size, but they're like thinking like, going through your phone or your iPad or whatever. Yeah, they just need something very sparse and undetailed that just, I guess, is going to hook you immediately, and the only thing that's going to hook you is the actor in it. Like, who gives a fuck? I don't give a crap who the actor is. What's it like? I mean, does the cover have like a werewolf tearing someone in half? I don't care who the actor is getting teared in half. I want to see that cover. The cover's probably better than the fucking film. I'm sure there's been a ton of horror films out there that I've seen that are... Not that I've seen, the covers that I've seen that I'm sure the movies really suck. I mean, that's how it was back in the day. That's probably how it still is on Shudder. What a bunch of bullshit. That's why I say fuck Netflix. But another weird thing from my youth, which I guess kind of shows the lack of parental guidance. Not parental guidance, I mean the overall guidance of your civilization that you live in, which I think is still going on to this day. I mean, being a kid now, I'm sure you could just get onto whatever fucking porn site you want and look at whatever kind of hentai you want. That's all good. But with my day, another thing that I've written down was like free CD listens at the shops. That was another big thing, that you could just be like at any age, but you're listening to like... How much of this do I need to explain? Depends how old you are. I mean, back when you could listen to CDs at shops, like all sorts, like any shops, like Target, Big W, or just your general CD stores. It's strange that they just don't have them anymore, even though CD stores to a degree still exist, like Sanity, but they sell other shit like fucking dildos or whatever. I don't know. I haven't been in a Sanity in a while. Well, that's a lie. I've been in there, looked around, was like, oh yeah, it's a lot of expensive shit, and I walked back out. No, actually I didn't. I bought something. But whatever. Didn't cost much. But with these CDs, where you have like, you put on the headphones there, and there's like 8 different CDs, albums to choose from, you'd think it'd just be all pop shit with nothing, none of the, the parental guidance stickers on them. It'd just be the pop crap that you would imagine in the early 2000s. All that outdated shit. Boy bands. Pop stars. Yeah. Yeah, you remember them. It wasn't just them. I remember like listening to fucking Limp Bizkit, like that album that I eventually got, Chocolate Starfish, where he says fuck like 48 times in the first song. And I was listening to that at the store, like, whoa, holy shit, I'm only 10 years old, and this is radical. Yeah, oh, he said fuck. Oh, he said it again. Said the F word. And you know what? Those really paid off. Quite literally. I bought fucking those albums. This happened again with like another album. What was it? It was the Triple X soundtrack, and it had the Rollin' song from the Biscuit, but the remix. And I was listening to that in another CD store. And I was like, yeah, he said fuck. Oh, motherfucker. I'm only 10 years old, and he said fuck. So I was listening to that as well, and that's when I made the decision to buy that particular Limp Bizkit album, or to tell my mum to buy that particular Limp Bizkit album. I really remember all these like CD things. Like sometimes it was more than 8 if you had a real serious CD store. They'd have like 8 per station, so they'd have 16 all up, and they just had fucking whatever they wanted to put on there. Oh, it's got a bunch of fucking swearing, bunch of rap music, saying the N-word, and motherfucker, and faggot. Who cares about faggot back in the early 2000s? Every rapper said that, but they're all cancelled now. What happened to you, 50 Cent, huh? Remember they tried to get after Eminem? The most offensive thing Eminem's done was not on the album where he said a faggot. It was the one where he said a bunch of shit on Revival. That was offensive. Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to be talking about these albums later on. God, what a disgusting world we live in. Fucking Eminem. Well, that's all over. Free CD listens. But it doesn't matter, because you can do the same as a kid now. Except this time you have even more options. I don't know if there's... No, there probably is parental guidance on Spotify. As a kid, like, oh, man, mom and dad pushed it. Mom and Dad are faggots. Won't even let me listen to fucking Lil Yachty. And these mums and dads are like my age, by the way. Fucking hell. And I haven't done shit, let alone not have kids. But then those kids don't have to listen to Lil Yachty on Spotify. They just go to YouTube. Like, alright, no parental guidance here. And if the parents find out there and then enact parental guidance again, they got some other fucking website to go to listen to that album. They got Apple Music, whatever streaming site for the music. Yeah, so kids are getting fucked up these days. Good for them. I don't know. I don't really care about them anyway. Oh god, I need to make these podcasts shorter to see how much I can ramble on for. But now, oh yeah, I forgot to throw my sting. This is episode 2. No, wait. I'll start off with the title. This is the David Morgan Brown Experience. Wait, I didn't have enough breath for that. Hang on, let me try it again. It's the David Morgan Brown Experience. Oh, I was really satisfied with that. I'm so glad I did that again. See, these things are worth doing again. It's worth retrying some things. I have to retry every fucking thing I do. Sometimes more than twice. More than once. Then I have to redo it. Anyway, this is episode 2. Officially 2. Yeah, of this podcast. It's the 17th of July, 2020. And it is 8:47 p.m. in the a.m. p.m. morning show. Now time for an ad break. Remember the radio? Remember how disgusting it was? I stopped listening to the radio at about maybe 15 years old because this guy drank his own piss and then threw it up. First of all, that's disgusting. Second of all, you don't have any character to support this. And third of all, I can't see it. So how disgusting is it that they're trying to do this Jackass thing? I really like Jackass. They can drink their own piss and throw it up. But then again, they wouldn't even do that. It would have to be the fucking yellow snow cone from the movie. They're not just like, oh, let me drink piss. Wait a minute, you gotta spice it up a bit. You gotta pee in my mouth while I'm bungee jumping as I fly back up or throw it up. So they got a bit more ingenuity with it. I like this fucking guy. And then I guess I stopped listening to radio then. I still listen to the independent stations, and there's so many of them now, and good for them. I'll tell you what, maybe the mainstream channels aren't as bad as they used to be. It's like TMZ. You heard about it back in the day, you were disgusted by it, and then you tuned out. But if you tune back in, you'll probably be like, oh, it's not as bad as it used to be. TMZ are just going up to celebrities, like, hey, what do you think about the... Celebrity's like, oh, yeah, you know what I think. It's like, alright, catch you later. That's all I need. See, and maybe celebrities the newer ones probably want to be hassled by the pap. Because all the PAP does, all TMZ does, is ask a question about a thingy. They go, oh yeah, well, well, this is what I really think, man. And then they're like, all right, that's all we need. Bye. And then they go away. TMZ go away. Anyway, I was going to talk about... Man, this is probably a good time to talk about this, because I've been watching Angry Video Game Nerd episodes recently. And actually, I feel like I'm going to stop. Because I'm interested. I've been watching it for so long, since 2007 or 8. God damn, long time. And what have I done that time? Nothing. Well, I've jerked off a lot of times. Probably Jesus, thousands of times. Yeah, I've done a lot. Done a lot in this world. And I brought a young infant back to life once. That was that as well, but I didn't do it 1,000 times. But anyway, with the Angry Video Game Nerd. I was just going to say, he's been consistent over the years. He kind of just has the same shtick. And good for him. It works. That's fine. You can just sort of apply that to each episode. One of the big things about him is that I just want to see the game. I want to see him explain how bad it is, which is fun. I guess, mildly fun. Very, very mildly fun. It's just interesting to watch these fucking games and how shitty and terrible they are. And it seems like he isn't quite starting to run out of them yet. That's the main thing. That's the main thing that he does. And all the fucking ass, fuck, shit. The different kind of cursing. Not all like the swearing, like talking about drinking diarrhea vomited out of a buffalo's anus and all that sort of thing. Or the new, yeah, that's all cool. Like, that's all nice to see. It's all nice to hear. To hear all the variations of the swearing in each episode. Yeah, that's fine. It works. It's a very standard formula. It's just that it's good that he hasn't sort of really roped in all these skits and cameo players and all these like other characters that are under his establishment and like these tangents and fucking ads in the video as well. Oh, I guess he does have ads in the beginning, but they're very standard and they're not in the middle of the video. Can you tell who I'm referring to now? So the Nostalgia Critic is someone I've been watching for a long time as well. Oh, actually, I have stopped watching him at a point because he had a formula. He had it as well, and it was very sort of it was less basic than the Angry Video Game Nerd. And I remember when he went away in like 2010 or 2012 or whenever. It's like, hello, you have to go to his home planet, but he tried to put up this fucking quiz show. Was it Pop Shot? Whatever. Who gives a fuck? It looked terrible. And it was very expensive out of like everyone else's pocket. With the Kickstarter. Then he brought back the Nostalgia Critic, and oh boy, I mean, I guess the professionalism did go up. He had effects and shit. I mean, it's not to say like he's really learnt something over all these years, because his, I don't know, cinema making, his film making, his video making. I mean, he makes fucking videos. They're not film, like not even when you're watching his so-called movies that are just god-awful long. I can't imagine watching one of those fucking movies that are as long as The Irishman. They're so fucking long. They're just a bunch of people dicking around. I can't imagine that being entertaining at all. Damn. But anyway, yeah, it's just to go to show, if you got a formula, just stick to it and you'll have success. Because I guess they both have had success over the years. Everyone's stupid anyway. But the Angry Video Game Nerd, his shitty movie aside, it's kind of doesn't seem like he's let down the fans or like, you know, decided to divert and go off into a different direction. Even if he hates it, even if he just hates having to put on this character and do all these things, like, oh, I want to work in Hollywood, I want to make movies. Oh, you suck. If he keeps making these, even if he doesn't has his heart in them, as long as he pretends good enough that I can fall for it, then that's understandable. Unlike the fucking Nostalgia Critic, who has to make these fucking videos. He was making them like go for 40 minutes and he'd have like these skits in them. I fucking hated. I think they were mandated by, I think, his own production company or somewhere. Someone was like, you have to put these skits in, you have to put these cameo people, you gotta like get your other actors who are really shitty that are in the Channel Awesome establishment, they gotta be in there as well. And it just kept fucking, there's such tangents, there's such focus on the fucking stupid shitty cartoon you're watching and criticize it. God damn. I mean, everyone's laughing at him now, especially in recent years with his Pink Floyd The Wall review. They're all pointing and laughing at him now, fucking idiot. Although I think he's kind of like pushed on, despite how fucking... It looks like a lot of effort went into that video. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Anyway, but with, I guess the big problem with both of them is that they're both not very fucking funny at all. They're just, I shouldn't say, I'm pretty mean with that, but they just don't. I think they're relying on, like, this is what I've noticed with the Angry Video Game Nerd recently, when you just start putting on a fucking face, you just start going, ass. Once you start doing that, I'm like, alright, am I a kid now? Can you fucking, if you're going to contort your face, there's got to be a good reason for it, and there's got to be something to go along with it. Like, what is this being sandwiched between? Like, are there any actual good jokes? I mean, are there any actual jokes in the Angry Video Game Nerd? Sometimes he can, like, riff off what is going on in the game. But I think the main thing about those videos is that you're just empathizing with his frustration with a video game, Nostalgia Critic isn't quite on that level because he's not interacting with the game. He's just watching a movie or TV show. So he has to be funnier. Guess he was in the past. I'm nostalgic for old Nostalgia Critic videos. But I guess neither of them are really that jokey. I do need jokey jokes. I mean, I'm not funny either right now. But I'm just riffing, I'm just making this up as I go along. I can't stop now. I gotta keep the wheels moving. But I guess those guys can write, like Nostalgia Critic in particular. He has to be writing jokes and skits and things that are like created, meant to be funny. And then they're not. I guess you can see, like, there's a big difference between something just not being funny, as in, like, just something that you're talking about isn't funny. It just happens to not be comedic. And the difference between that and when you are trying to be funny and you don't succeed, is that, I guess that would be unfunny. I'd say it's anti-funny, when you're trying to be funny and then you completely fuck it up. It's like anti-comedy. I can't see how people are ever gonna do to the Nostalgia Critic what he does to old movies and cartoons. They're gonna look back and like, what the fuck? What was he thinking? I'm gonna do it. I've been planning this for a while. Because I'm fucking spiteful and I want my internet cred. I want it now, damn it. I've been waiting too long. 12 years and I've got nothing. It's a bummer. Anyway, I guess that's all I really need to say about them. I need more fucking things to... I guess I'll keep watching his videos. I just need more gooder content. Oh god, I need to get back into drugs if I'm so bored. That's what I need to do. Well, on that note, I really hope I have nothing else to say about the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgia Critic. I can't just come in the next episode and be like, oh yeah, one other thing. I just want to, I dropped my notes. No, I just gotta make sure that I do it all now. Okay, I really do need to stress though. I'm thinking about it now. They act like cartoon characters. That's the big problem. I mean, that's what people say about the Nostalgia Critic, right? And he's guilty of it more than the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's really frustrating. You're not a cartoon character. You can't making these fucking faces and wagging your fucking keys in front of my face trying to entertain me. I need more, damn it. That's it. I'm doing drugs. Fuck all this. Oh god, I think I got work to do before I do drugs. Oh no. Can I drink? Can I do anything? Oh. Well, I guess that's going to be it. Well, I have to say something to conclude this podcast. Alright, that's it. It's done.